Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Gnan Manjari Modern School. So, in the previous video, we have just started the new chapter that was adaptation in animals and plants. In that, we have seen the adaptation. First of all, the word adaptation, that what is adaptation? So, we all know that adaptation means, I have said in Gujarat that adat. We have just an adaptation with here in the atmosphere. Okay, there are, in the different area there are different atmosphere, humidity and the other thing in the atmosphere. Okay, so here we are adapted with the atmosphere and also some other things. Okay, but if we just move towards a different place, the atmosphere and humidity and all the things will be different. So what there, we can't adapt ourselves for few years and then after we can adapt. Okay, so here that we will see in that animals and plants. So in animals, first of all, we have seen the chameleon just camouflage adaptation. That means chameleon just change their color and to their background for the hiding. Then after also we have seen a bird which just have the arrow-like structure so that anyone can't eat it. Okay. So then after we have seen about the aquatic animals, that was first of all fish. So fish have the different adaptation. Okay. Then after crocodile and frog, and then after we have seen about the water birds like penguin and that all. And then after we have seen about the aquatic plants adaptations. Okay, so in the previous video we have seen about the aquatic plants. Okay, now in this video we will just see the aerial creatures, that birds. Okay, so here aerial creatures, birds. Okay, so here the birds which just fly, the birds which just fly far, so there are known as the aerial creatures, which are birds, means the birds which fly. So here first of all, how can they fly? Okay, so they also have a structure like boat. Okay, the fish also have a structure like boat, with that they can just swim easily in the water. In that way, birds can easily swim in the air by having a boat like structure and also have wings. So there are three types of feathers in the birds. So the first one which just protect and keep their body warm. Okay, second type with they can fly, and the third type with which they can just tail feathers, with them they steal. Okay, so this all kind of the things. Let us see the first one, first adaptation, that is birds have, means they have hollow bones, and like boat-shaped body, boat-shaped bodies, that help them to fly in the air Okay. Here the first form that is, they have hollow bones and light, means their bones are hollow bone and they can easily bend and their weight is very light, so they can fly easily, and also they have boat shaped bodies that helps them to fly in the air. Okay students, the second point, that is, they have three kinds of feathers, as I have said earlier, that is soak down feathers first. Soak down feathers. Soak down feathers that keep them warm, that keep them warm. Flight feathers. Flight feathers. Flight feathers that help them fly. And the tail feather that help them steer. Okay, so here the birds have three different kinds of feathers. The first one, that is the soft down feather, means which is the first layer of the feather, that is what the soft down feathers that helps them to keep warm. Means the first feather, soft down feather, just help them their body to keep warm. Second type of feather, that is the flight feather, with we can say wings, okay, with which that helps them fly, means with the help of flight feathers they just fly. Okay, then after the third one, that is tail feather, that helps them to stay. Okay, with here we have seen as in the fish that the wings which are there, okay, that helps them to swim, and the tail fin which helps them to steer. In that way the birds also have tail feather which helps to steer there, means they can just change their direction by that when they are flying. Okay students, now moving further to the third point, that is third point, that is they have strong wing muscles migratory birds can fly thousands of kilometers they can fly thousands of kilometers. That is the third point. Here, third point means third adaptation of the aerial creatures that are birds. So, what is the third point? they have strong wing muscles. Means wing muscles means the muscles with which they fly, means they have the wings are very strong muscles. So what happens? Migratory birds can fly thousands of kilometers. With these strong muscles, they can fly as far as possible. So they have strong muscles, and migratory birds have more strong muscles. Okay, and now moving towards the fourth point. So the fourth point, that is birds that soar high in the air. Birds that soar high in the air, high in the air, have sharp eyesight, from higher in the air. Eagles can spot a mouse moving on the ground. Okay, so here the fourth adaptation which is there, that is birds that soar high in the air have sharp eyesight. Means the birds which fly very high, okay, they have a sharp eyesight. How sharp eyesight? They have given an example of eagle. That eagle, when it is very high on the air, okay, they can see a mouse which is on the moving mouse on the ground. Okay, students, so here that is birds that soar high in the air have a sharp eyesight from higher in the air. Eagles can spot a mouse moving on the ground. Okay, students, here let us see again aerial creatures, birds, all the 4 points. So the first point was what? They have a hollow bones and light and the hollow bones. Then after, they have a boat-like structure, means boat-shaped body that helps them easily to fly in the air. Okay, students. Second point, that was they have 3 different kinds of feathers. The first, which that is soft down feathers, which keeps their body warm. Okay. Second, that is flight feathers. With the help of them, they can fly. Okay. Then after, tail feather, from which they can change the direction. As the boat have so they just change the direction. That way, these birds also have that. Then after, third point, that was they have strong wings muscles. Means they wings which are there, they have strong muscles. Why? Because they have to fly high and just cover up thousands of kilometers. Here, migratory birds can fly thousands of kilometers. Why? Because their muscles are strong. Then after, fourth point, that is birds that soar high in the air have a sharp eyesight from the higher. Now, in this point, they have given an example of eagle. That the eagle, when it is very up in the air, they can just see a mouse moving on the ground. So their eyesight is very sharp. Okay, so this is all about the aerial creatures that are birds. Okay, students, if you want to note this, then you can note down. I am just giving you some time. that is desert animals. Desert animals. Let us see some of the adaptations of them, of the desert animals. So desert animals. Desert animals. So first of all, which are the desert animals? Here, if I just say desert animals, you will strike a one animal, that is camel, which is the desert animal. Okay, so camel have some different adaptation that we will talk. So they have to first of all live in the high temperature. In desert, you can see it is very high temperature in the daytime and it is very low temperature in the night time. So what happens, they have to just stay in both the temperatures. Okay, secondly, there is not enough water for drinking, so must have more water storage capacity of it. Okay, and there is very sand which just due to some of the sandstorm, the sand just moving everywhere, so there should be protection of the sand also. So let us see some of the adaptations of it. Here, deserts have extreme temperatures. They can get very hot during the day and very cold at night. They are also very arid or dry. Thus, animals that live in desert have to adapt the desert climate. So first one, that is animals that live in the desert get all the water they need by eating desert plants that are capable of storing water. Animals in the Atacama desert, where it is hardly ever rains, lick the dew of the plants in early morning. Elephants in the Kalahari desert near the skeleton coast of Africa have also adapted themselves to live on drops of water on leaves. This is the water condensed from the mist and the fog that blows over the coast. Okay, then after here, how all the animals get water? They get water from the desert plants. Here, writing that. So, animals that live in animals that live in the desert get all the water, they need by eating desert plants. Okay, that are capable of storing water, storing water. Here, animals that live in desert, means the animals which live in desert, all we know that camel is one of them. So they get water from which? They get water from the desert plants which are capable of storing more water. Okay, so from they just eat that and they will get the water. Okay, so the next point, that is, they have also given the examples of it. Second one, lizards, scorpions, kangaroos, rats, insects and snakes of the desert burrow into the sand where it is shady and cool. They come out to feed at night when it is cooler and safer. So this, all the insects, what they just do? Lizard, scorpio, kangaroo, rats, insects, and snakes. Of the desert burrow into the sand where it is shady and cool. Okay, where it is shady and cool, and they came out. They come out to feed at night when it is cooler and safer. Okay, when it is cooler and safer. Here, lizards, scorpions, carrot rats, insects and snakes of the desert, what they just do in the daytime when there is very hot, they just burrow inside the sand where there is a cool. Okay, and then after, when at night, they just came out for what? They just came out to feed at night when it is cooler and safer. If they just have a safe over there, then they just come out for feeding their stomachs, that all. Okay, then after, third point, that is camel, the most common animal we associate with the desert, is especially adapted to desert conditions. It has a spacious stomach like pouches where it can store up to 70 liters of water. It hums stores fat which get converted to energy when the camel cannot find food. Here, talking about the camel, I have just said earlier that what happens? The camel have a special adaptations of the desert, because we have, where there is desert, we have seen the camel. Okay, so here they have said they have stomachs like pouch in which the camel can store up to 70 liters of water. Up to 70 liters of water. Okay, and also they have different adaptations. Totally the desert adaptation, desert weather and condition and all the thing is adapted by the camel, because we all know that camel is known as the ship of desert. Here we all know that camel is known as ship of desert, okay. Camel is known as the ship of desert. So all the adaptations of the desert are adapted by the camel. Okay, students. Now see here, let us see again the desert animals. That is, deserts have extreme temperatures. They can get very hot during the day and very cold at night. They also have very arid or dry. Thus, animals that live in desert have to adapt their desert climate. Animals that live in the desert get all the waters needed by the eating desert plants that are capable of storing water. Animals in the Atacama Desert, where it is hardly ever rains, lick the dew of the plants early in the morning. Elephants in the Kalahari Desert near the skeleton coast of Africa have also adapted themselves to live on drops of water on leaves. This is the water condensed from the mist and the fog that blow over the coast. Lizards, scorpions, kangaroo rats, insects, and snakes of the desert burrow inside the sand where it is shady and cool. They come out to feed at night when it is cold and cooler and safer. Camel, the most common animal associated with the desert, it specially adapts to the desert condition. It has a special stomach-like pouch which can store up to 70 liters of water. It harms store fats which get converted to energy when the camel cannot find food. Okay, and here, did you know, here it is given, the camel has a special eyelids that keeps the sand from blowing into its eye, and padded feet that do not sink in the sand. It has a thick skin and sweat very little, so it does not lose water. So here, did you know, they have given that eyelids. Eyelids means the hairs which are there above here. You can see in the eye. Their eyelids are very high that the sand cannot go inside the water, and their legs have very broad. Legs are very broad so that they just don't go inside the sand. Okay, so there are some of the adaptations of it. Now moving further. Here, now please write down your homework, students. So, in the homework, you have to write the adaptations of which we have seen in the aerial creatures, the birds, that adaptations, and the another one, that is so in this 2 points, write about the aerial creatures, birds, and write about the desert animals. You can write the board work which I have written in the board, that points. Okay students, and this is your homework. And then after we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.